Okay, going home. I was recently having a conversation with somebody about the whole concept of forgiveness and redemption. As I'm sure you are aware, the whole concept is a very complex one. Thousands of books have been written on the subject. Many religious beliefs have been formed around the idea of forgiveness and redemption. A story that always comes to mind when I think about forgiveness is something that happened to me in junior high. We call it middle school now. One day, while I was sitting in social studies class, I felt something hit my hair. I had hair back then. And I reached back and I touched it, and there was a wad of gum in my hair that somebody had thrown. I looked back and I was pretty sure that I knew who had thrown it. Needless to say, I was very upset about it. So I got up and I went and I told the teacher that somebody had thrown gum in my hair. So the teacher gave me a pass to go to the nurse, and I went to the nurse and I showed her what had happened, and she was very cheerful about it. She took some scissors and she said, "I'm going to take a piece of your wonderful curls." And so she cut off the piece of gum. And she was about to throw it away, and I said, "Can I keep it?" And so she gave it to me. So at that point, I made the decision that I was going to take that piece of gum and I was going to put it in the hair of the guy who had thrown it at me. Again, I was pretty sure I knew who it was. So I carried that piece of gum with me all morning, and I was just waiting for lunchtime to put it in his hair. So every once in a while, I would take out the piece of gum and I would look at it, and I would see my hair that they had to cut off because of the gum, and I got angrier and angrier about it. And all morning long, I plotted what I was going to do. I had everything planned out, how I was going to walk behind him during cafeteria and put it in his hair. And I knew exactly what I was going to say when I did it. And in my mind, it was going to be such a satisfying thing when I finally did it. Lunchtime came around and there was a long line in the cafeteria. And as I stood there, I kept thinking about the piece of gum that was in my pocket and about what I was going to do. And then at some point, I was standing right in front of a trash can, and something happened in my mind. I looked at the trash can and I realized what I had been plotting all day. I took out the piece of gum and I looked at it one last time, and I just threw it in the trash can. I don't know why I did it. I mean, I had all of these great plans of what I was going to do with it. But yet, as I dropped it into the trash can, there was this strange sense of relief. All that anger that I had been carrying around all morning, it was gone. Considering that I was a teenager, I thought that was pretty interesting insight. The sense of relief, the weight that was lifted off my shoulders in throwing away that piece of gum. And I never thought about it again. Yeah, I would see the guy in class, and I was pretty sure I knew what he had done. I didn't hold any grudge against him. I know that's a very small example of what forgiving is, but yet whenever I get angry about something and I start to hold a grudge, even at my age, I think about that story and remember, or at least I try to remember, the sense of relief that I felt when I threw that piece of gum away.